All right, so I'm going to go over a few trades ideas that I had. One that I actually took, but due to emotions kicking in, I exited too soon, which worked out perfectly as far as the trade wise, but emotional wise, I'm still working on that. So price opened up, and this level, this wasn't here. Price opened up, and we went up to this 4370.25 level. I got this level from monthly area where price created a supply zone, broke down from there when it created a supply zone, but when price came back to it, it shot right through without showing any signs of a retest or anything like that. If you go into the candles, you see that price was fighting to keep price up during that month, and then it broke through and it tried to retest it here, broke through, then price broke up above it, and then when it came back to it, price did try to hold, but it wasn't able to. As you can see, price bounced up from there. If you go into a weekly time frame and zoom out, you can see that's also an area where price bounced here once, twice, three times, and then we finally broke through it. So I kept it as a key level, and also if I go into the daily, as price gets it set together. You can also see back here where price respected it, broke, came down, retested it, came up, fell through it, and then we gapped up above back in June 12th, gapped up above it and bounced here. And this became a key level during from June all the way up to now. Bounce, price went up, came down, bounced, had volume, bounced again with volume, and then we broke through it with strong volume. And then we had like a minor retest. So I kept this level on to see what price was doing because we had some strong buying over the last few days, and I was thinking price would come back to it and it will serve as a key area of interest. And if price open up above it, then maybe we'll gravitate higher to this area here or here, or if price could not hold, that we would move lower. So that was my idea or thought process before the market opened, but I was a little hesitant with my execution and staying in the trade. So price opened up here. Price opened up. So before the market opened, you can see price was rejecting this area, and there was some signs of selling where the buying dried up and it wasn't going higher. So when price opened up, we basically just sold right down, and I didn't take a trade here. Took the trade here. The price came back to it. I'll show you. Um, good. So let me back this up a little bit here, and so price dropped down. I use the line chart a lot for my entries. So on the line chart, you can see that we made a peak. I was looking for a price to actually just come back to this area, give me that hammer candle, exactly what it did, and to move lower. But this whole week, I was just having a horrible week as far as trading and execution, and it really got to me. So I did poorly with my execution with this trade. So here's price moving up. I speed it up. This should be 10 times speed. Yeah, 10 times speed. So it's price speeding up into it. You can see that we had no volume going into it, which is a good sign. And volume starts to want to kick in. We can see a little bit of selling. When we came to it, we have buying, but buyers are not getting above. So I'm just waiting for strong selling pressure, just candle wise, and closing below this new line that we created, and we did. So I entered. And I entered late. I was hesitant on if price would go down, and then price hit this right, and that's where I basically just closed out the trade right here. So let me slow this part down and show you how my emotions really got the best of me. So alright, so I entered late. That was my first emotional mistake because we closed below, and so my entry would have been the best entry right at 43.87. I entered at 43.85. 2 points. Doesn't sound like much, but if you're trading, yes, that's $100 right there. 2 points, 50 each point, each move. So that's $100 right there. So just 2 points. So I entered late, 2 points. So I would have already been up quite a bit, and price was fighting this. This was the last buying candle right here. So we got the pink one, the faded green, and then the actual green. This is the last buying candle, and we got the last selling candle here. We can see with the volume. So buyers came in here, but then they died out. And I should have just kept that in mind that, well, they couldn't break here. Why would I think that they would be holding here next when the next actual key level is down here? But I was thinking about the pre-market area here where price held for a bit, pushed price down, but we broke cleanly through. So maybe there were some more liquidity around here, or some orders that weren't closed out, which is probably what bounced price up. But either way, fear got into me and freaked me out. So that's what happened. So when this started showing green or strong signs of buying, and price started pushing back towards my um, entry, which I was late on, I got out. Even though we had a strong red volume here, I got out. I just didn't want to deal with the emotional turmoil of it. That is the honest truth. And I got out for just 1 point. Now, if I waited like I should have had, let's see if I can find this. I can speed it up. If I waited like I should have had, and I entered where I should have entered, I would have been up quite a good amount. This is the E meaning micros actually. This is so it's $5 a point. So I made $5, more or less. Five. It was a little bit more, but it's sort of about five, almost $10, more or less. So, but I was aiming for $50, which actually I was aiming for a little bit over 50. So if I had entered correctly where I wanted to enter and sold down here, that would have been about $75 right there, right? But me thinking about the monetary aspect of it has been affecting my psychological execution. And if I had just, like I said, followed my plan, and I had my risk already set, which was $20, so 2.5 to 1, I would have made that easy because price just basically went right to my level. So that was the first one. First idea, it paid out perfectly. Okay, so my second idea was right around here. Let me go back to the charts. Not sure. Here we go. Back to the charts. So here, actually, where I wanted to sell. My second idea was here. So after we sold off, as the first plan worked out, we bounced, and I like this bounce because price faded, and so either we would see, volume faded, so either we'll see volume here again for another reject lower, or volume come back down here and then reject higher. And if you look at the line chart, right, we created a valley right here, which is where I would like price to meet and bounce with strong volume. And that's what we did. We came down, volume kicked in right at the end. Sellers thinking there's sellers that are going to agree with them, but buyers kicked in here, and we bounced up. Looks like this on the charts. So this line here is that last candle, the last pink volume candle. Price kicked in, closed. So sellers were looking to continue. Buyers kicked in, still had positive liquidity down here, but buyers kicked in. They were not allowing price to go lower. And then there we go. So it's still showing strong sign of buying. Buyers are stepping in. They're holding their ground, and eventually price closes and holds its ground. So, and then my other confirmation that I had came from the 15-minute chart. Came from the 15-minute chart, where let me so here is the entry. So we have that hammer with volume, nice hammer, green volume, showing that buyers are present. It looked a lot better when it was not fighting all of this volume. Buyers are present, and price jumped up. Right, so this is where price went. After that, price went up there. So after we had this, I'm gonna speed this up by 100 just to get the ball rolling. So you can see how it works. I kind of just, you can see I was playing around with this Fibonacci thing, because emotionally I just was not going to trade anything else after that first trade. But I saw the setup and I was quite interested in, and I'm not sure why is it not playing. Why did it pause? Maybe that's from a computer crash. Um, yeah, I think OBS crashed during that time. It was acting weird. Okay, yeah, OBS did was acting weird. So, but as you can see, price came here, held, fought this area, but didn't. There wasn't any volume there to fight with, and price shot back up to where we first came from. And this would have been another good entry area, but I was hoping price would have gone a little higher in case there was sellers here with stop losses and sellers here with stop losses. I was hoping for that, but we didn't have any buyers above that area. Like this is buying here, it's that, right? So that's where buyers would have been. Um, Buyers here, so we didn't have any buyers left up here. So, but we did have sellers who probably had stop losses up here. So price could have went a little higher, but it didn't. It came down.